We want to continue our conversation on youth violence and reaction to the slaying of this 18-year-old college student home on spring break yesterday. You're looking at Marc Johnson right now. He's a community activist. He's from the Ward 7 area, lives right there in the community where the shooting happened last night. Marc is the co-founder of the National Association of Returning Citizens in D.C. Marc, thanks a lot for joining us, and I want to be able to tell people that we talked this morning because you were concerned, you know, that there might not be media coverage for this, and it's calls like yours, I mean, that gets us up and running every day, and I really appreciate that. Tell us what your group is about, first off.
Basically, we advocate and make sure that from the behaviors that can be developed from not having the proper structures or the proper programs or the funding. So what we do is encourage young adults and children and even older adults the importance of being able to stay into the education, re-educate, constantly getting information, and I mean just the positive perspective and the groundwork that it takes.
You try to get to the kids before they've got the gun and they're out there and they're firing and doing whatever. Well,
before, instead of giving a solution to a problem that's already there, we try to create a solution before the problem occurs.
Absolutely.
Is what we are really about.
And Marc, tell people what qualifies you, why you know about this. You were there.
I've grown from it. 35 years ago, I come from the product of a broken home, prison, gun violence, drug dealing, and things like that. Went to prison, came out, redeveloped, refocused, reduced, recovered from recidivism, and put back in.
How do these young people respond to you?
They respect me, they look up to me, they're always looking for information, trying to find what avenue to go, what research and what avenues they need to take to be able to develop and recultivate or reinvent themselves.
You're working right there in the very community where this happened, right there in Benning, East Capitol,
I'm right in the heart of it.
Right there. And when you see something like this happen, you know, young kids together making a video, and some guy perches himself on a hill and starts firing multiple rounds into a crowd.
Most of the young adults and kids that were there, I know them very well, very talented kids, trying to make a way, trying to express themselves through their music. I'm very talented, and they just need the opportunity and the chance and the support that it would take for them to get from where they're at to where they want to go. And some of them not knowing how to do it is the importance and the responsibility of us to carry them, to take them and show them where they need to go and how to get there.
Are we talking about the kids who are making the video, or are we talking about the guy who's on the hill who's firing shots?
We're talking about the whole structure itself. Here it is, this is a guy that had no remorse, no regards, no respect for life. But for him to get
because
to
Marc, I'm not feeling too sorry for him right now. I'm really not feeling sorry for him. I want him locked up.
And I can understand that. I can understand that, and I agree for a person that had no consideration for the lives that were there. But how did he get there? What happened in his life mentally for him to even have no respect for himself to be able to think that he could take a life like that?
You're saying if we don't deal with those issues that caused him to be where he was, there are others waiting to replace him, just like there were ones before him.
This is a birth reaction from either bad parenting, systematic failure, and things of that nature.
I've run into young kids, young men like that who tell me they come into the world angry. They look around, and I'm in a house where they can do nothing for me. I've got to go out and get it on my own. Does that make sense?
Some of the things that the former mayor was talking about, and right now, systematically they're being shut down, no jobs, funding is being taken from education, so they have no vehicle. They don't know how to get to where they want to go. See, and motivation works whether you want it to or not. Motivation works from what you see. And if you don't have the proper education to achieve and to gain and get what you want and to get to where you want to be in life, then still motivation doesn't turn off. So what are you going to do? You're going to practice and commit recidivism. You're going to break the law. You're going to steal. You're going to rob. You're going to lie. Because you can't cut off motivation. It's a natural act. It's a part of the physics of us. So not being given the foundation, the proper structure, the proper support, I mean, what we know what's going to happen. We've seen it time and time and time again.
That's good stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks, Marc.